This sitting is resumed. Just one small procedural matter. Clerk has advised that we should technically have a seconder for those motions. So, Senator, motion moved by Senator Franklin, seconder.
Sir, I move to second the motion.
Thank you very much, Senator Crystal Drakes. Motions moved by Senator Crystal Haynes.
And I'm going to second it.
I recognize Senator Adams. I was looking that way, so. It's who catches the eye. Sorry about that, but it's just there are many persons available. I was looking that way. Thank you very much, Senators, for that. So the procedure is all completed. We continue to order number 3.
Mr. President, in the name of the Honourable Minister of Science, Innovation and Smart Technology, to move the second reading of the Barbados National Honours and Decorations Bill 2021.
Mr. President,
Senator Franklin.
I have spoken with the leader of government business, and he's an honourable man, and he assures me that better could be done. And basically, there's no harm would result from passage of this bill in the form that is taken. And so I will therefore withdraw my objection to be passed, to be dealt with now. I'm assured that he's only dealing with like changing things from Crown to whatever else you have. So I wouldn't want to get into government's way with something like this, especially when I understand Senator Walker's going to get an honour.
I thank you for your spirit of accommodation. Thank you very much. Senator McConney.
Thank you, Mr. President. You know, as I rise to introduce the Barbados National Honours and Decorations Bill 2021, I do so, sir, with an understanding that there are a number of transitions that have to be made as Barbados moves towards becoming a republic. And these transitions, in many cases, sir, will require for us to set up our own independent systems. And when I say independent systems, I mean separate from some of those systems that had to receive an order or some other type of special letters patent or some other type of permission to be conferred here in Barbados. And we are intending, sir, that we can transition our honors and our decorations to a system that allows the Parliament of Barbados to have that authority as opposed to the prerogative of the Queen or the monarch in this situation. Now, among the many transitions, sir, as I mentioned, would be our honors and decorations here in this country. Currently, that system that we have here, it recognizes Barbadians and non-Barbadians as well too, sir, for some achievements, for meritorious service, for long service, for courage and bravery, for achievements, for humanitarian work, for community work, and so we have a breadth of reasons for which persons may be honored here in Barbados. Currently, sir, the authority for Barbados' national honors and decorations, they are set out in 2 different streams. One is the letters patent or letters patent, depending on how we pronounced it. I like letters patent. And then the second one is by our local statutes, individual statutes that establish those orders. Now, letters patent, sir, were established 1980. It established the Order of Barbados. And you will, sir, if I may say and simplify it, the letters patent, and I have just lost my place. Give me a chance, sir, to regain. Yes. Sir, the letters patent really is, it is a written order. It's a written order by a monarch giving Barbados permission to award certain honors and decorations. Our national statutes, sir, as I mentioned, are our individual laws that were passed. So, sir, I'm sure that under the letters patent or letters patent, you would recall that there were a number of honors that we would give. There was the Knight and Dame of St. Andrew, sir. That is where people would be called sir or dame once they have been suitably knighted by the Governor General. We had the Companion of Honor, sir. That was also an award that is associated with the Companion, associated with our British Empire. There was also, sir, the Crown of Merit, again associated with the monarch, and that was in 2 grades, our gold and silver. You will recall, sir, there was also the Barbados Service Award in two grades, which was the Service Star and the Service Medal. And you would recall, sir, too, that we had our Bravery decorations. We had 2. Gallantry, that's one where you practically put your life at risk. And then you had Bravery, which was courageous acts in hazardous situations. And then, of course, sir, you had your Barbados Services Medal of Honor, which was to most of the protective services, the fire and the police and the prison, etc. So those are the awards, the honors that were established under the letters patent as it stood. Now, sir, as we transition, we have a different landscape of what Barbados's national awards would look like. And I just want to share what that new landscape would look like, and I'm quickly going to, and it is included in this bill, sir, in the schedules that go, I believe, from 1 to 6 or 1 to 5 of this particular bill. We have laid out the specifics that relate to each of these different bills that are established by order, the Order of Barbados in this bill. But additionally, sir, the landscape is made up of other honors that fall on the different pieces of legislation. And so if you would walk with me, sir, you and the chamber, through the number of honors now that will continue. First, you would have heard me mention earlier that we had the Knight of and Dame of St. Andrew. That will now be discontinued. And you will recall, sir, that the Order of the Freedom of Barbados was established under the Order of Freedom of Barbados Act 2019, and that particular honor, sir, which carries the title the Most Honourable, was in the order of preference set at the same level of the Knight and the Dame of St. Andrew. But even before that, sir, first in the order of preference, that is second in the order of precedence, I should say. And when we talk about the order of precedence, we're talking about the protocol that determines which is more important than the other and how they are to be treated ceremonially according to the correct protocols and courtesies, privileges. So Barbados's top honor now, sir, would remain the Order of National Hero. And that was established in 1988, sir. And it is awarded to persons who have given outstanding service in Barbados, and his or her contribution has altered the course of history of Barbados, has given service to Barbados which has been exemplified by visionary and pioneering leadership, extraordinary achievement, and the attainment of the highest excellence which has redounded to the honor of Barbados, or has, through heroic exploits and sacrifice, contributed to the improvement of the economic and social conditions of Barbados and Barbadians generally. And it carries the title, the Right Excellent. So that will be the very highest honor. As I said, the second highest honor would be the Order of the Freedom of Barbados, equates to that of the knighthood. The next order, and I must add, sir, that the Order of the Freedom of Barbados is an honor that will be conferred on each president of Barbados, each future president of Barbados, at the commencement of his or her term in office. There is then a third award, sir. It is called the award of the gold. It is called the Gold Award of Achievement, which falls under the Gold Award of Achievement Act, which came into effect in April of 2001. We also have, sir, the award of Barbadian Humanitarian Service, the Barbadian Humanitarian Service Award. Again, that falls under the Barbados Humanitarian Service Award Act of 2020. We have also, sir, the Pride of Barbados, which falls under the award of the Pride of Barbados Act 2019. I mentioned those, sir, because those are the ones that have been established by other statutes that will remain a part of the honors landscape of Barbados. Now to those, sir, that are now being either transferred or established under the Order of Barbados, which is addressed in this bill. One, what was once called the Companion of Honor will now be called the Order of the Republic. That, sir, the qualifications for that will be very similar to that of the Companion of Honor. Sir, there were certain limitations to that was under the letters patent or letters patent, and we as Barbadians believe that that restriction was somewhat limited, and we have now expanded that. And if I may share with you and this chamber, not more than 5 persons now may be appointed upon the coming into force of this act, once we pass it here, of course, sir. No more than 5 persons may be appointed to the Order of the Republic upon the coming into effect of this act, but no more than 50 persons holding appointments as the Order of the Republic shall be given in any, not including, of course, honorary members, no more than 50 shall be given in any given year. And the recipient, as I mentioned, shall go by the title, the Honourable. That is for those who would be so privileged as to earn the Order of the Republic. What was under the old letters patent? The Gold Crown of Merit or the Silver Crown of Merit. In this new Order of Barbados covered by this bill, of course, the crown is associated with the monarch, and as we make the transition to republic, we want to shift that to the Trident of Excellence. And again, there will be 2 grades for that: the Gold Trident of Excellence and the Silver Trident of Excellence. As I mentioned, the qualifications for that would be very similar to those of the Gold and Silver Crown of Merit. In this instance, sir, not more than 5 persons, of course, other than honorary members. And when I talk about honorary members, those are people who are non-Barbadian. So not more than 5 persons may have, may be conferred with the Trident of Excellence in each of the 2 grades. So no more than 5 for the Trident of Excellence, gold, and no more than 5 for the Trident of Excellence, silver. And the recipients will be allowed to use the letters G, T, E for Gold Trident of Excellence, or STE, the Silver Trident of Excellence, after their names. Sir, again, established as part of this Order of Barbados in this bill is our Barbados Service Award. And I pronounce that differently because the next award has a slight variation on that. The Barbados Service Award, sir, is the same as before. The title is the same as before. The requirements and the qualifications are very much similar to those of before, and that has 2 different grades. It is the Barbados Service Star and the Barbados Service Medal. And these are awarded for meritorious work in the various fields of endeavor, civil and others at this point in time. Not more than 7 persons may be conferred the Barbados Service Awards in each of the 2 grades. So no more than 7 in the Barbados Service Star and no more than 7 for the Barbados Service Medal. And sir, the other one is the Barbados Services Medal of Honor. And that, sir, again, we had that before. We will now bring it over into this Order of Barbados, so that does not change, with similar types of qualifications. Eligible for that particular Barbados Services Medal of Honor would be members of the Barbados Defense Force, the Barbados Police Service, the Barbados Fire Service, the Barbados Prison. Those are mostly the protective services. And the recipient would have to be over 18 years old, of course, with exemplary conduct and over 15 years service in either one or a combination of those particular services I just mentioned. Additionally, once they have received that honor, they may then receive a clasp for additional years, for 25 to 30 years of service, for 30 to 35 years of service, and then for over 35 years of service. And then, of course, sir, we have the Barbados Bravery decorations. Again, they came over from the letters patent. They will remain very similar in terms of qualifications for that. These bravery decorations have two. There is the Barbados Star of Gallantry and the Barbados Bravery Medal. The differentiation between the two is, one, you practically have to put your life at risk for the gallantry. And then, of course, the bravery has very specific circumstances around hazardous circumstances in which you would have performed that act. And finally, sir, in this current order covered by this bill is the Prime Minister's Leadership Award. And this is an award that recognizes the head boy and the head girl in schools in recognition of their attainment of leadership. And we know that leadership, we want to encourage that all of those qualities and attributes of leaders in our young people. And we have learned that certainly recognition goes a long way in terms of motivating and encouraging people to be able to aspire and to be able to do better in the positions of leadership. Sir, other changes that are represented in this National Honors and Decorations Bill include the fact that there was a time when only a single individual could receive an award. We are now at a point where groups or teams will be able to receive this award. We are in an age of collaboration. We are in an age where teams work together, and sometimes it is not just one person who would have achieved, but it is a group of people or a team of people. So that is a significant change as we now put this order into place. Nomination for any of these awards can be done. You can nominate any citizen of Barbados for appointment to the order, which is the Order of Barbados, or a person other than a citizen of Barbados for appointment as an honorary member of the Order of Barbados, which is again similar to some of the facility that we have in our current honors. And of course, each of the honors will describe what it is and specify who can qualify. Now, there are those who have asked about the legacy. So for those persons who have awards that would have been conferred before November 30th of 2021, these would be your sirs and your dames. They will continue to keep those titles. They will continue to have the respect and the courtesies and the privileges of protocol that go with them. So we are not taking anything away from anyone. We are continuing to celebrate and indeed to recognize those honors with all of the full privileges that so attend. Some people have asked whether or not the particular award they have is going to be converted to something new. No. If you had the Companion of Honor, it remains the Companion of Honor. Because then the Order of the Republic would only come into effect after November 30th of this year.
New people.
So therefore, if it was to come, no, it will not be converted and renamed something. No, you will not be reassigned to something else. You keep whatever you had before with all that attached to it, And then it is then after the 30th of November that you will then get those new awards that are a part, or newly named awards that are part of the Order of Barbados. There were questions also, sir, raised about what happens when you nominate. I will say that over the last 3 years, since 2018, we have been having those nominations electronically, and it is our intention that the platform will now be up again for those nominations to be done online. We are currently working on that as fast as possible to make sure that the new names with the new descriptions and all of the new requirements are up there, so that you can then make those nominations online over the next couple of weeks. And I believe that the Government Information Service will provide the information to the public at the appropriate time and in the appropriate way. What we really want to encourage you to do is to please nominate those people or groups whom you believe ought to receive. And again, we want to reiterate, I know because I have served on the Advisory Council in the past and will likely continue to do so at this time. And what has often happened is that people will call after and say, well, why did you not recommend so? And the truth is, if it did not come in as a nomination, it cannot be considered by the council. The council can't just make up who should be considered. It has to come in as part of the nomination process. And then we are able to view those nominations. And as you can see, there are certain areas in which there are only certain number that we can issue in any given year. And it would mean, therefore, that maybe not every single person that gets nominated as deserving as they are. If you only can issue so many, we will simply have to consider what are the best applications at that given time. So I'm encouraging you, we have a very short period of time. Get your people together, get the information together. And one of the things I also want to share in those nominations that we have seen, sometimes people give information that is irrelevant to the particular award the person is given. Speak to the person's achievement or their merit or their service in those areas where it is given, as opposed to their children and their parents and the neighborhood where they grew up and where they went to high school. And these are, and so I want, now that we have a short period of time, appeal to you to look at what the qualifications are, and when you send your nominations in, make sure that what you have put there is relevant to the particular, because what it does, you will make a very good candidate not look so good against the others if indeed you have failed to honor that aspect of what is required. Sir, the terms of reference of the Republican Status Transition Advisory Committee, which is that committee that has been advising Barbados as we make the transition into Republican status, they have indeed reviewed this particular, all of the recommendations that would have caused this act to be drafted, and they have given their approval. And in fact, there was also a cabinet committee of persons familiar with honors and decorations and protocols who were in fact part of the process even prior to the Republican Status Transition Advisory Committee getting involved. And therefore, so it has been a long process, it has been a considered process, and much thought has gone into making this transition at this stage. And it is with these few words that I beg to move that this bill be read a second time.
Yes. Thank you very much, Senator McConney. Any other speakers? There being none, Senator McConney.
Mr. President, I beg to move that Your Honor do not leave the chair.
Second time.
Sorry.
Okay. Oh, yes, you did it, sorry.
Yes, Mr.
I was
President.
accustomed to other persons speaking. Yeah, the question is that this bill be read a second time. Those honourable senators in favour, please say aye. Those against, please say no. Methinks the ayes have it.
Mr. President, I beg to move that Your Honor do not leave the chair and the Senate resolve itself into committee for further consideration of this bill.
The question is that I do not leave the chair, and the Honourable Senate resolve itself into committee for further consideration of this bill. Honourable senators in favour, please say aye. Those against, please say no. Methinks the ayes have it.
know you orchestrating something. You will tell people don't talk. I know you know.
You want this? You want the app? I was telling you they had one there. You ready? The Senate is now in committee.
Mr. Chairman, we will also call this bill in part and clauses. Part 1, clauses 1 to 3.
Mr. Chairman, I beg to move that Part 1, Clauses 1 to 3 stand part.
The question is that Part 1, clauses 1 to 3 stand part. Honourable senators in favor, please say aye. Those against, please say no. Methinks the ayes have it.
Part 2, clauses 4 to 21.
Mr. Chairman, I beg to move that Part 2, Clauses 4 to 21 stand part.
The question is that Part 2, clauses 4 to 21 stand part. Honourable senators in favor, please say aye. Those against, please say no. Methinks the ayes have it.
Part 3, clauses 22 and 23.
22.
22 and 23.
Mr. Chairman, I beg to move that Part 3, Clauses 22 and 23 stand part.
The question is that Part 3, clauses 22 and 23 stand part. Honourable senators in favor, please say aye. Those against, please say no. Methinks the ayes have it.
Part 4, clauses 24 to 27.
Mr. Chairman, I beg to move that Part 4, Clauses 24 to 27 stand part.
The question is that Part 4, clauses 24 to 27 stand part. Honourable senators in favor, please say aye. Those against, please say no. Methinks the ayes have it.
First schedule.
Mr. Chairman, I beg to move that the first schedule be the first schedule to the bill.
The question is that the first schedule be the first schedule to the bill. Honourable senators in favor, please say aye. Those against, please say no. Methinks the ayes have it.
Second schedule.
Mr. Chairman, I beg to move that the second schedule be the second schedule to the bill.
The question is that the second schedule be the second schedule to the bill. Honourable senators in favor, please say aye. Those against, please say no. Methinks the ayes have it.
Third schedule.
Mr. Mr. Chairman, I beg to move that the third schedule be the third schedule to the bill.
The question is that the third schedule be the third schedule to the bill. Honourable senators in favor, please say aye. Those against, please say no. Methinks the ayes have it.
Fourth schedule.
Mr. Chairman, I beg to move that the fourth schedule be the fourth schedule to the bill.
The question is that the fourth schedule be the fourth schedule to the bill. Honourable senators in favor, please say aye. Those against, please say no. Methinks the ayes have it.
Fifth schedule.
Mr. Chairman, I beg to move that the fifth schedule be the fifth schedule to the bill.
The question is that the fifth schedule be the fifth schedule to the bill. Honourable senators in favor, please say aye. Those against, please say no. Methinks the ayes have it.
And sixth schedule.
Mr. Chairman, I beg to move that the sixth schedule be the sixth schedule to the bill.
The question is that the sixth schedule be the sixth schedule to the bill. Honourable senators in favor, please say aye. Those against, please say no. Methinks the ayes have it.
Report.
Mr. Chairman, I beg to move that you do now report to His Honor the President the passing of one bill in committee.
The question is that I do now report to His Honor the President the passing of one bill in committee. Honourable senators in favor, please say aye. Those against, please say no. Methinks the ayes have it.
Chairman has reported to me the passing of one bill in committee.
Mr. President, I beg to move that this bill be now read a third time.
The question is that this bill be now read a third time. Honourable senators in favor, please say aye. Honourable senators against, please say no. Methinks the ayes have it.
Mr. President, I beg to move that this bill do now pass and be cited as the Barbados National Honours and Decorations Bill Act 2021.
The question is that this bill do now pass and be cited as the Barbados National Honours and Decorations Act 2021. Honourable senators in favor, please say aye. Those against, please say no. Methinks the ayes have it. This bill is now passed and so cited. Senator McConney.
Mr. President, this concludes the business of the government, and I beg to move that this sitting be adjourned sine die.
The question is that this sitting do now adjourn sine die. Honourable senators in favor, please say aye. Those against, please say no. Methinks the ayes have it. This sitting stands adjourned.